Showtime! The countdown is on.
To put the ultimate in high-fidelity music listening within the reach of everyone. The tape is now completely rewound, ready for play. All.
G'day world, welcome to the iSpike show, where everything happens and anything goes. Let's give it up for your MC and host live in the studio. It's iSpike.
Hey, and hey again. It is me, yes, iSpike Biker Man. Welcome to the studio. Have we got a show and a half for you today? Yes, indeed. We've got Mr. Stuart Wood, the absolute rock legend. What do you reckon, Scully?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's get on with the show. Yeah! Good to have you here, everybody. Good to have you here. I am so bloody excited today. We've just had a fantastic live stream on YouTube about an hour ago, the Global Bikers and Trikers Nation. And Stewie Wood graced the stage, I guess, graced the studio there.
The Matman TN donated $10. Make it rain. Thank you. Rock on, ride on. It's the one and only iSpike.
You little ripper, the mighty Matman. Was it Sir Matman, Sir Matt? Good on you, mate. Thank you very, very much. Listen, I've got to tell you, everybody, while I'm looking at you right now at the beginning of the show, I'll calm down. I'll hang on a minute. I'll have a bit of Scully juice. Just a sec. Oh, beautiful. All right. That's better. Get that out of my system. Folks, please, if you could just have your attention for a second. I got to, let's see, I shouldn't justify, I don't need to justify, but I'm going to because I respect you all so much that the chat, that you are the most important people here today, right now. And of course, those of you that are taking advantage of watching the replay, you too are just as important. Folks, I'm going to be giving a lot of attention to my guest today, Stuart Wood. As you can appreciate, that's what we're going to do here. And the chat will go by the wayside. So I'm going to miss out on reading the chat. I'm going to take time for a minute and I'll go to a different camera. We'll do that now. And I'll quickly have a quick look and I'm going to welcome everybody. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the show later on for question and answers to all the people that are here. If you want to chat to Stewie yourselves. I'd like to say g'day to Humvee Lee. How are you, Humvee 4? Lee in England. Captain Jack in the US of A. Good on you, Captain Jack. Fantastic. Good to see you here, my friend. Yes. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, let's let you know that next week, on next week's show, we've got Captain Jack. Captain Jack is going to be our guest on next week's show. But what we're focusing on today is Mr. Stuart Wood. So let's just quickly do can carry on the roll call. My brother Mars, good on you, the one and only, the original, the mega supporter, Mars FPV Drones. G'day, Mars. Super awesome support from Rob, Throttle Down Under. Hello, you bloody legend, man. I love you to bits. People are saying g'day to each other. The mighty Matman, Sir Matman. Of course, to reach the ranks of Sir, that's a reasonable contribution to the channel. And we have Sir Oo and we got Sir Matman. And I thank you so much, Matt, for that support. Coming up, guys, when we launch the new studio set, we'll be doing some giveaways. And I'm going to confess now. That'll be compliments and sponsored by the Mat Man. So when that time comes, everyone will know more about that. So that's freaking awesome from Sir Mat Man. Good to have you in the house, mate. Excellent. People talking to each other. It's fantastic. Country Girl 34, aka Kentucky Girl. Good on you, girl. You've chosen a great show to come in here, sister. We're going to meet Stuart's lovely partner, and that's another sister in the house as well. Fantastic. Just catching up now. Good on you. Good on you. Okie doke. I think I'm caught right up here. Aye, Skipper. Excellent. Legend, Matt. Fantastic. Alrighty, yep, okay, that's great. All right, okay, so I've caught up. Now, folks, once again, during the time when I've got Stuart on the screen and I'm giving my attention to him, paying attention to what he's saying and addressing that, I'll be missing out on the chat, okay? So I really appreciate it. And you know, there's going to be people like Sir Mat Man, Mars, and a couple of the others, producers of the, executive producers, you know who you are, who are going to look after the show, the chat, while I'm talking. I know that. So if someone comes in that's a latecomer, then you can perhaps address them and let them know that I apologise up front for not paying attention to the chat. I'll drop in when we're playing one of Stuart's songs. I'll drop in on the chat and I'll catch up then. So that's a really good time to put at iSpike, and I'll see that orange and I'll quickly address it. I'll be able to do that. So if you can understand, that's a little bit how I'm going to roll with having this guest on, because as you know, I'm a one-man show. I'm pressing all the buttons at the same time. It's a little bit overwhelming, but we did have, as I said, an awesome show just then on Facebook, so we should have just the same here on YouTube. And I am so bloody looking forward to it again. And introducing you to the man himself, Stewie Wood. That fella right there. Yeah, folks, not long from now. Not long from now. Good on you, Lee. Fantastic. Just open the bloody box, will ya? Good on you, Lee. You're a freaking legend, man. Thank you so much. We'll be getting him on stage with us shortly, folks. Hang in there.
HVE4 donated £4.99. Make it rain. Thank you.
Ooh, yeah.
Good luck with the show. Don't worry about us. Just open the bloody box already. Rolling on the floor laughing. Rolling on the floor laughing. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Good on you, mate. You silly bugger. It's funny how the robot, when she announces it, the way she talks about, what do you call them, the little emojis, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor. Blimey, I hope somebody doesn't give me a donation that has got a shitload of them in it. What? Anyway, I'll be calling up Stuart very soon, guys. I'm going to play one of his songs right after this song for you. We'll crank on one of Stewie's songs. During that time, I'll get him on the line and see if we can get him in the show. All righty. just getting warmed up, folks. Just getting warmed up. Right now, I'm going to introduce you to the man that we got as our guest. This is one of his videos. This was taken a little while back. And this is also featuring a fellow musician called Matt Taylor. Some of you may or may not know him. Matt Taylor is an awesome harmonica player, fantastic blues and rock man. Let's hear it right now for a bit of all-night boogie with Stewie Wood and the Giants, with special guest Matt Taylor.
This is the all-night boogie from live at Lipton Drive. One more. One more.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that good? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's right, folks, setting the tone for the show.
Railroad train, honey, 16 coaches long. Took my baby away, no, it's been long gone. Railroad train, honey, rolling on down the track. Took my baby away, no, it's never coming back. So I began to blow my heart. Began to blow my heart. It sounds something like this, man. Boogie's gonna boogie my speakers away. Gonna boogie to the east, boogie to the west, boogie to the north, to the south, I love the best. All night boogie gonna boogie my speakers away. So I began to play my game all night long. Began to play my game all night long. Honky tonky David!
I'll rock it out, man!
way now. Railroad train, 160 coaches long. To my baby away, no, it's been long gone. Railroad train, honey, rolling on down the track. To my baby away, no, it's never coming back. So I began to blow my heart. Began to blow my heart. Blow, Matty. Mr. Matt Taylor playing a fucking Giant song.
Yeah! Wasn't that awesome, folks? That was the Giant, Stewie Wood, and of course featuring Matt Taylor. Frickin' awesome blues and rock and whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. Folks, I'm about to organise myself and get Stewie Wood live as my guest. So please bear with me. I'll get him on now.
I remember what I'm fighting for. Oh, the victory cannot be denied. You're the fire in my bones. Oh, the song upon my soul. And I gotta let the whole world know. Every day when the sun rises, I feel love beating down my door. Every night when the moon is shining, I pray you'll be coming back for more. Settle down a while.
Not sure if you can put a little bit more light on your face there, my friend.
Oh, the answer will not be denied. I know the answer will not be denied. Every day when the sun
yes.
rises, I
Yes.
feel love beating down my door. Every night when the moon is shining, I pray you'll be coming back for more. And every day when the sun rises, I feel love beating
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, folks, it has come to that point in the show where, as promised, we have an absolute rock legend amongst us. I'd like to welcome Rod Cartwright. Is that right? Cartwright? Yes, Cartwright. G'day, Rod. How you doing, mate? This is my little old studio. Oh, this one here, that one there. It's all going on everywhere. But right now, folks, without further ado, as Lee would say, just open the bloody box, will ya? Good on you, Lee. Let's give him a round of applause as hang on, I'm going to go like that. I've got to press a couple of buttons here, folks. I think we're all good to go. Yes, looks like we are. Let me just double check that actually. You are there. So if you're there, then you've got to be here. Let me just make sure that I've got that one in there properly. 2 secs, folks. Yep, I got him. Yep, got him. Alrighty, let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Folks, please put your hands together as we introduce Mr. Stuart Wood. There he is. Hello, mate.
Nice.
Hey,
mate.
hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? Listen to the crowd going off, brother.
Oh, the crowd's going wild, mate. So long I spoke to you.
Fantastic, man. You're looking good. Oh, hang on. Oh, bad to the little old Scully there. Oh, I had the wrong button pressed. As you know, I'm freaking out a little bit here. It's just crazy. It's crazy to have you, man. It's going to be a little bit weird, of course, the fact that we've just been through all this and we're going to be going through it again. But it doesn't matter because we've got a nice bit of practice up our sleeve. Stewie Wood, welcome to my studio, mate. Welcome to the audience here on YouTube.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here on the YouTube show, and we had a great time on the Facebook one an hour or so ago, and
Yep.
we've had lots of friends commenting on it, and a lot of people watched it too, which was great.
Yeah. It was great about it.
So thank you very much for letting me be part of your show, mate. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. It's actually my honour, absolutely my honour. There was over 1,000 people or so there. It was fantastic. It really went off, didn't it?
Yeah, well, it's as I said to you when we first mooted this idea, I said, we've been around a long time, in the motorcycle scene.
How long have you been rocking and rolling, Stuart?
38 years the Giants has been going for, and as you're probably aware, we've played around the world quite a few times. We've played at all the people in America. We played at Sturgis. We've had the main street of Nashville, Tennessee closed down for us to play there. We've been to Europe. We've played at the Hells Angels World Run over there. We've played for just about every outlaw motorcycle club on the face of the earth at one time or another. We've been to Italy and played for Born to Be Wild Club there.
Stuart, when did you start, mate? When did you start?
What? When did the Giants start, or when did I start?
When did you start? When did you start?
I started when I was about 14 years old. I was brought up in a little country town in Victoria, which is a state of Australia.
Yeah.
And that was a place called Colac in Western Victoria.
Right.
Oh, there's a nice trike, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we were a cover band when we first started, and we kept going, and we started writing original material, and we played at every major bike club event in Australia, and we became known as the Bikey Band, which I think is really funny.
Yeah.
Most people call it, that don't know anything about motorcycle, call us bikies, where it's actually biker.
Yeah,
but,
right. Yep.
And we played at the biggest concert in Australia was a place called Broadford, which was run by the Hells Angels.
Yeah.
Another one in South Australia called Pondy, just outside of Adelaide.
Mm-hmm.
So run by the Hells Angels. We went to Bindoon in Perth, over in your part of the woods.
Yeah, West Australia here.
It was run by the Coffin Cheaters Motorcycle Club.
Yep.
And we also did Arachula and a few other ones for the Rebels up in Queensland.
Mm-hmm.
And also we did Darwin River Rock, so that basically covered the whole of mainland Australia.
Yes.
We even went down to Tasmania and played at a Harley Owners Group rally down there.
That would be in Launceston, wasn't it? The Launceston one.
Launceston,
You know, Stuart. You know that song that I play with little help from my friends. That
Yes.
was on stage. Was that was at Launceston? Was it?
That was the Harley Owners Group rally in Tasmania, the
Hogs.
Australian Harley Owners Group rally.
Yep.
There were about 5,000 people there at that one in front of us.
Awesome.
And I got to play with a whole heap of my great friends like Angry Anderson from Rose Tattoo, Matt Taylor from Chain, who you just watched play harmonica with.
Yes.
Wilbur Wilde from the TV show Hey Hey It's Saturday, which was huge in Australia.
Yes.
And the guitar players, I had Mark Gregg from Australian Crawl, Wayne Burt from Daddy Cool, Black Sorrows, Jojo Zepp. You know, we had so many great musicians on stage that night. And, so it was a bit of fun. But
Yeah.
so the Giants itself has been going for 38 years now.
Yes.
Made 18 albums.
18 albums, man. That's a fair bit. So, do you get into a studio and record them, or are they mostly sort of recorded
Yeah, a
live?
lot of one of the most important people as far as the Giants is concerned is a guy called Michael Letho.
Yes.
Worked at Abbey Road Studios in London for 10 years.
Oh well, as with the Beatles.
He also worked for
Rolling Stone.
David Gilmour from Pink Floyd on the barge at David's house.
You really have rolled with a lot of
and he Michael does all of our sound production.
Mm-hmm.
More recently, he was running a show called Rock Whiz in Australia.
Oh, I know that one. Yep.
Yeah, well, I became the Rock Whiz champion many years ago
Hey, good on you.
because I know a little bit about music.
Just a little bit.
And Michael's a very good friend of Mark Gregg, who's my guitar player.
Yes.
And has been for the last 20 years.
Mark goes off.
Played in a band called Australian Crawl, which were really big.
Yep.
We're the biggest band in Australia for a long time.
Yes.
And I've had some of the best musicians in Australian rock history go through the lineup of my band over the last 38 years.
Yeah. Because I mean, the band is your band, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. I mean,
Essentially.
The thing about the Giants is because we've been known as the Bikey Band.
Yeah.
Right. We have never worked through an agency. We've never had a manager. We've
Yep.
never had a publicist. It's all through word of mouth. When we were working for the American Drag Bike Association in the United States,
Yep.
we lived in Owensboro, Kentucky. We lived in Nashville, Tennessee, and we lived in Huntsville, Alabama. And we worked for the American Drag Bike Association all over the states, performing at all of their huge.
How did you score that gig, mate? The one. Tell me the story. Repeat the story that we talked about on Facebook with the American Drag Bike Association. How did that come about?
Okay, well, I had a very good close friend of mine, a guy named Peter Salmon,
Yep.
who ran a nitro Harley drag racing team called Excessive Force.
Okay.
And we were up at the Heathcote Harley Drags, which was just outside of Melbourne in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, the world champion, the fastest man on a Harley Davidson in history, his name was Jim McClure. Unfortunately, he's passed away now, but Jim came out to do a demo.
Yep.
And I'd written a song, 6 Second Man, about a guy called Mark Geddes, who was the first Australian to break the 6 second barrier on a nitro-powered Harley.
Yep.
And Peter played the song to Jimmy, and Jim asked me in my very best South Carolina accent, "Hey Stuart, it'd be okay if I take that back to the US with me?" And I said, "Sure, Jim." I gave him half a dozen copies, and 2 weeks later I got a phone call.
Yep.
"Can I speak to Stuart Wood, please?" I said, "Speaking." He said, "This is Buford T. Edwards from the American Drag Bike Association. We want to know if we can play that song as our theme for the next 5 years."
Score.
And I said, "Sure, no problem at all." I said, "It's registered with APRA and AMCOS. Go for it."
Yeah.
"Thank you very much, Stuart. I'll be back in touch."
Excellent.
2 weeks later, "Hi, is that Stuart? This is Buford T again. We want to know if you want to come to Bowling Green, Kentucky, to Riverbend Park to play at our world titles. There'll be 80,000 people in the audience." And I said, "Sounds great, mate. Thank you very much." He goes, "Would 50 be okay?" I said, "50 what?" He said, 50,000 cash US. I said,
put me on the plane.
Man, oh man. Score,
That's how we started playing all over America for those drag bike meetings.
Yeah.
I got to meet some of the fastest men in the world, like Johnny Mancuso from Mancuso Harley Davidson in Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Furr, who was a world champion. Tom Pels from Holland.
Yep.
People from all over the world, and all passionate about motorcycling, which I was myself. And unfortunately, Jimmy McClure passed away about 4 years ago.
Right.
Funny thing about Jim, his wife Phyllis was his mechanic.
So she was able to tighten up his nuts. No worries.
Yeah, she was his push tush girl.
Shall I cross over to that song? Would you like to introduce it to everybody?
Yeah, well, this is the song that I wrote that took us around the world first, and this became the theme for the American Drag Bike Association. The film clip was shot in Australia, and it features Mark Geddes, the first guy to break the 6-second barrier on a nitro-powered Harley Davidson. Take it away, Spike.
All righty. This is the song we're talking about, folks. 6 Second Man, Stewie Wood and the Giants.
Workshop late at night, working till the midnight hour. The room is shaking and the earth is quaking as he searches for some more horsepower. He's got nitro running through his veins. Friends all think that he's insane. He don't care what they all say. He's gonna blow them all away, 'cause he's a 6-second man, the king of the quarter mile. 6-second man, he was born to be wild. He's got the need for speed, he's from the arrow breed. He's a 6-second man. Time and distance don't mean a thing as he follows the circuit around. Driving through the night with his girl and crew, heading for the next big showdown. Christmas trees and staging lanes, the push girl drives him insane. The only thing he's got on his mind is being first across the finishing line. He's a 6-second man, the king of the quarter mile. The 6-second man, he was born to be wild. He's got the need for speed, he's from the arrow breed. He's a 6-second man. Season's over, he'll head back home, but he'll still feel the fire to be number one when the next race is run. It's his burning desire. He's got nitro running through his veins. His friends all think that he's insane. He don't care what they all say. He's gonna blow them all away. He's a 6-second man, the king of the quarter mile. A 6-second man, he was born to be wild. He's got the need for speed, he's from the arrow breed. He's a 6-second man. He's a 6-second man. 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 6-second man.
And that was Stewie's 6-second man. That was freaking awesome, Stuart. There you go, man.
I must tell you, Spike, it wasn't about my sex life, the 6-second man. Right? It was about how fast the Nitro Harley can do the quarter mile. Yeah.
Good on you. No, you beat me. I'm the 4-second man, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Oh, good on you. Now,
People often sit around campfires and tell stories about that. Heard your name come up more than once.
Hey, Stuart, I just want to make mention to everybody. You're in the same state. My good buddy of mine, Mars FPV Drones. He actually flew from Victoria last year and came over.
What, on a drone?
Beg pardon?
On a drone?
On a drone. Him and his missus jumped on a drone and they flew over here and they actually sat in this seat here all the way from Melbourne, Victoria. So they also reside in your state. What I'd like to do is just touch on quickly to share with the people around the world that you are in Victoria, Australia, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. And that particular state, out of all the different states at the moment, is having a little bit of an outbreak of this bloody stupid thing. And you've been in lockdown, is that right, mate? How's that affecting you?
Well, I was in lockdown in Queensland, which is the north of Australia, for about 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we came back to Melbourne, and the coronavirus has had a bit of an outbreak here over the last probably 4 weeks.
Yep.
And the whole state is basically in lockdown now. But I'm down in a place called Wonthaggi. Most of your international people would probably know of a place called Phillip Island, where they have the Formula One Grand Prix in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And they have the MotoGP, which is obviously the motorcycle racing there.
Yep.
And we used to play. I think we played 14 times at the MotoGP down at Phillip Island.
So how far away is Wonthaggi from there?
17 kilometres.
Oh, not very far at all then. Righto.
No, it's pretty much a 1 can of beer drive.
Yeah, you can measuring distance with the amount of beers you can drink. I used to mess everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm based with my partner Cherie at the moment.
Right.
Who's just well, mate, I'll tell you what, she cooked me I was going to send you a photo. She cooked me the greatest breakfast, bacon and eggs, and with fried tomatoes and everything. And a beautiful cup of coffee, and now she's just gone out to get me a Pepsi Max, I think. Yeah.
Good on her. Like this is the lady we're talking about. This is Cherie, Mrs.
She's the den mother of the Giants. She was a model for iSpike magazine, and she did some stuff. And hang on, she's just come around behind me.
Oh, come in and say hello, Cherie. We were just talking about you.
There. Hang on, that's me.
There we go. We're back to.
There she is.
Hello, Cherie. How are you, sweetheart?
Say hello.
Oh, hang on, not that one. This one here. Hang on. Now, that one. No, fucking hell. I'm getting a little. No. There we go. That's what I want. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Cherie. We were looking at some of your old photographs there, Cherie.
Yeah.
So, and Stu was just telling me you cooked a fantastic breakfast for him. At what time was that? Because we got prepared quite early. What time was that your time?
Well, that was in between your last show and this one.
Oh, rightio. Okay, so you scoffed it down there. Good on you, mate. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, Cherie, before you go, don't go anywhere just yet. So I hear that you're a supermodel or something for a couple of the motorcycle magazines. Is that right?
Yeah, for iSpike, and also I've been in a couple of issues of, what's the other one called again?
Live to Ride.
Live to Ride.
Rightio, Live to Ride and iSpike. And how do you put up with your old man there?
She did one in America. What was the one in America you did?
That was Wild Bikers.
Wild Bikers.
America.
Another one.
Righto. Yep.
But then she saw the light when I came to Queensland and played. Me and Angry Anderson went to do a tattoo show there.
Yeah.
She was in the audience, and there's a very famous motorcycle rider in Australia whose name is Little Mick.
Little Mick from the Hells Angels.
Yeah. No, he's a member of the Rebels, and he's been a member of the Rebels for a long, long time. He's one of the best tattooists in the world.
Yeah.
And he's tattooed everybody from James Hetfield from Metallica to Nicky Sixx from Motley Crue. The list is endless. And as photographers asked Mick and I to get a photo of us together.
Yeah.
And Cherie was standing over on the side, and the photographer said, "Oh, excuse me, darling, can you come over and get in this photo?" And so she came, didn't know either one of us, and she came over and stood in between us. And I said to her, "Well, g'day, I'm Stuart, how you going?" And then I said, "Oh, I'm on Facebook, you want to start talking, And
Yeah.
a couple of weeks later, I saw her come on Facebook about 3 o'clock in the morning, and she goes, "I'm bored out of my brain." I said, "Why don't you come down to Melbourne and come and see the band play?" And she goes, "Don't be stupid, I hardly even know you." I said, "Well, I'll bring a friend with you." So she said, "I'll think about it."
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks later, she goes, "All right, I'll come down." I said, "Good, because we've got a gig next weekend, and
Yeah.
we're playing with Angry Anderson, Wilbur Wilde, Matt Taylor, blah, blah, blah." And then so I organised the plane fares for them both to come down. Then I realised I couldn't pick them up at the airport because I was already on the way to the gig.
Right.
So I had to get a friend, her name was Lee Rose.
Phone a friend.
Plays at the bank, Tattoo Rose in Melbourne. Good friend of Angry Anderson's.
Yes.
She had to go to the airport and pick up two people she'd never met before
Yep.
and drive them 3 hours north of Melbourne to where we were playing.
What a good friend.
And that was the last time Cherie was free.
You hooked up thereafter.
Swept her off her feet and
Swept her off her feet, or what did you
7 years later?
put her in handcuffs and chains, and that's it? You haven't let her go.
Oh, that's how it started. Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to show you a picture. Is this that picture you're talking about? That the tattoo.
Yeah, that little Mick did that for us. I got it for Christmas for Cherie last year. He's obviously made me the devil and her the angel.
Yeah. That's the truth, isn't
he's
it?
a very, very talented guy and one of my best mates.
Yep.
And everybody in Australia has heard the name Little Mick before, not only because he's a member of the Rebels and a long time one of them, but he's one of the best tattooists in the world.
Fantastic. It's a really good likeness of yours too, eh?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Such detail in that. I really like it a lot. And then we come
Cherie
up.
He made me spunky.
We come up here. We come up here and we look at that. And hang on, what happens is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Now go on to Cherie.
We go on to this one here, and then we get this one.
What's this one?
You turn me on, baby.
Oh, Scully, he's getting a little cheeky there. Oh, dear, as I muck around playing with me buttons here, I tell you. It's fantastic, and thank you, Cherie, for coming on and supporting your old man there, and it's really the women behind the blokes, especially entertaining blokes, that are support. They're absolute backbone. Would you not agree, Stuart?
What was that?
Like, good on you.
Well, Cherie is the Giants merchandising manager. She's also the band's den mother. In other words, if there's any problems, they don't come to me anymore. I used to be resident psychiatrist, but Cherie is now. Anybody that's played in a rock and roll band will know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
When we were touring Australia, we had a 40-foot tour coach, and there were 14 people on it. And we'd sometimes be on the road for 6 months.
Yes.
And if you are trapped on a tour coach, which is 40 feet long by about 8 feet wide with 14 different people,
yeah,
you have a personality for every person on the bus.
Yes. And like hours and hours.
I became a resident psychiatrist. So,
yeah. Okay.
I haven't written any songs about that one yet.
Being a resident psychologist, because as we move forward now, these as I'm talking to you, Stuart, I'm making them as like these are the where I'm going to cut and start a new little video when I make my little mini videos. You're not long ago I did a bit of a tribute and we had that candle going for your hospital recent experience. Can you tell us you've been through the wars, man, in and out of a freaking washing machine, you?
Oh, well, I'm a walking miracle. As I said, the band's been going for 38 years. I had a pretty rough car accident when we were on tour in Italy over there working for the Born to be Wild Motorcycle Club. And briefly, the story was one of the guys in the clubs, we'd had Yeah, that's me after my 3-way heart bypass.
Look at that. Look at that, folks.
Yeah.
He's got a vagina
I'm in the
between
zipper
his
club.
tits.
See the zipper going up the middle there?
Yeah.
Where they slice you up with a saw. They actually saw you up the middle and rip your ribs apart. And that's where they do all the
Gosh, it looks like a front bum.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, there you go. That's the doctor who did it. That's Phil Haywood.
Phil Haywood.
Yeah, he's actually from Oxford. He went to Oxford University.
Okay.
And he's one of the best heart specialists in the world.
Oh, you're very lucky.
And he actually rides a Ducati as well.
Oh, cool.
So I don't. That's me on the plane coming back from Darwin, wired up, because I had the heart attack at Mataranka, which was about 400 kilometres south of Darwin on the Stuart Highway.
Yep.
And it took me 6 ambulances and 3 aeroplanes to get back to Melbourne.
Wow.
To have the surgery with Phil.
Yeah.
And because we had to fly low, so I didn't get another heart attack, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so when he walked into the room and introduced himself, he said, "You look like a biker. Do you ride?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I do." And he goes, "So do I. I've got a Ducati." I said, "What is it?" He said, "A 450." I said, "A Desmo." He goes, "Oh, you do know what you're talking about." I said, "Well, I hope you bloody know what you're talking about too, because you're about to slice me open."
Yeah.
He did a fantastic job, and I'm still alive now.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
the one you were talking about, I had gallbladder packed up on me in Queensland about 6 weeks ago, and I had to fly down to have surgery in Melbourne for that one.
Right, right.
Yeah, so I'm like a walking medical miracle, but that's cool.
Yeah. So well, at least
still here.
you're alive. You can kick on and rock on, man. And you actually have. You were supposed to be performing in Sturgis this year. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
This is another one of those.
Richard Morrow, who's another tattooist, a very good one in America.
Yeah.
We played at Sturgis back in I think it was 1998. That's how long ago that was. But we were supposed to go over this year, but there's no way known I would go to America now. That they're not treating this pandemic virus with the right way. It's so contagious and it's killed thousands and thousands of people, but they seem to just don't care about it over there or whatever.
Yeah.
But, we're lucky we live on an island 12,000 kilometres from anywhere.
Yeah.
And the pandemic's been under control here.
Yeah. Let's hope the bloody thing sorts itself out soon, eh? But I'm just sort of guess how like the Sturgis thing, that as far as the virus is concerned, that kicked that in the guts for you.
Well, yeah, the Giants have played at most of the major motorcycle festivals in the world. In Europe, we've been to New Zealand and played there. We've been everywhere, all over Europe. And we have so many great friends that we've met. The thing about the Giants is we run everything ourselves. We don't have a manager. We don't have an agency. We don't have a publicist.
So you got,
We've existed for 38 years on our music.
Yeah, word and mouth. They're like, hey, that's you want to get these guys sort of thing, and they contact you and away you go. You organise the guys.
Right. We have, I think with our 2 Facebook sites that we have 10,000 people on.
Yeah, yeah, that's fantastic.
And they're all over the world,
Yep.
We've got friends everywhere, and it's one of the great things about being a musician, is that at the end of the day, our job is to entertain people.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Then afterwards, party with them.
Party.
I've got to bring... That's the hardest part about being a musician,
Yeah, it's true. You got to have a double life, really. You got to bang it out there on stage, and then after, of course, that social bit. But that's when you can let your hair down and really sort of, who cares a bit? You're not on stage there, at that time.
Yeah, well, I've let my hair down now. It's going very grey in my old age.
Silver, mate. Chrome. I think they call it chrome. Stuart, I'd like to bring it...
But I noticed a lot of the young girls are actually getting their hair this colour now.
Yeah, well, it's popular,
they're actually dyeing it. I'm thinking to myself, don't do that. It'll happen anyway.
Natural, yeah, give it time. Don't bring it on too quickly. Stuart, I want to bring attention to this, mate. This is a gig that you got coming up on the 14th of November. This is the Helping Hand Rock, supporting families of veterans. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, mate?
Yeah, well, from me... most people who know the Giants would know that we've always been supporters of the Vietnam veterans, and more recently the veterans coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq and those places.
Uh-huh.
And many years ago, how I got involved in the first place was after I'd done that thing for the American Drag Bike Association I was talking about before. My doctor, his name is Robbie Moffat.
Yes.
He asked me if I would, because he was a casualty clearing doctor in Vietnam for 9 years, and wouldn't have been much you wouldn't have seen.
No.
And he said, would you do a few shows on behalf of the Australian Vietnam veterans to the American ones? And so, yes, we did. And we did them. We played in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we played in Guston in Western Kentucky. We played in everywhere, all over, all over the states. And then when the same thing was happening to the veterans coming back to Australia from Afghanistan and Iraq, we decided that we would do that as well. And a lot of the Vietnam veterans, I met Crazy Ed, who was the president of the Vietnam Veterans Motorcycle Club in America.
Yeah.
He asked me if we would go to Western Kentucky, and I said, sure, where's that? Because we were living in Nashville.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said, look, I'll ride over. And I said, well, where are you? And he goes, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm going, that's miles away. I said, how about we meet halfway? And he said, I want you to go and play for this mob of guys called the Killer Bees. I said, well, what's that? And he goes, well, they're all ex-tunnel rats from Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, okay. And he said, basically, they're still in country in their heads.
Yep.
And most of their families have abandoned them and all the rest of it. And so I said, okay. So he said, well, look, so he met us halfway and we ended up in Guston. And he said, okay, we're going out the road now. You ready? Yeah, we'll follow you. He said, well, we're going to take the second turn on the right. And the second turn on the right, believe it or not, was Copperhead Road.
Copperhead Road.
The real Copperhead Road, yeah.
Wow.
And so we drove down there and we got to their clubhouse, which was camouflaged, bivouac. And there were 3 people inside the clubhouse. There was the president of the club was a guy called Scrounger.
Yes.
And it was JT and Rookie Joe. Rookie Joe was about 6 foot 7 inches tall and about 2 inches wide.
Yep.
And I thought, if you were a tunnel rat, you'd look like a python going along.
It's a bit of a snake.
Because that's where tunnel rats did most of their war. It was hand-to-hand combat under the ground in tunnels.
Wow.
That's why they were called tunnel rats.
Yep. Wild people.
So anyway, we said, how you going? And when we set up on the, I've got to be careful I don't use the word patio on the veranda. Set up out on the veranda, and they had a big bonfire about probably, 30 feet in front of us.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was still only the 3 people there. And anyway, so Rookie Joe came out the back. You guys want some victuals now? Because I got it ready to go.
Yep.
And I said, what do we got there? He said, oh, we got some roadkill soup for you. I said, oh, yeah. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, we can't use guns here because if we fire guns, it puts some people crazy. And so we run over everything. I said, well, what's in it? He goes, well, we got some possum, we got some raccoon. And I went, oh, yeah. So, anyway, my guitar player, Wayne Burt, was the first one to taste it.
Yeah, right, eh?
It came out of a big pot on a tripod over an open fire.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. Big witch's cauldron.
And he went, and he goes like this,
Yeah, just double checking.
That's really nice. So anyway, we go to play, and Scrounger said, well, Stuart, you can go on and start anytime you like now. It's getting dark.
Yep.
So we went out and we played songs like A Whiter Shade of Pale and things like that were really popular during the Vietnam War. And all of a sudden they lit the bonfire, and out of the woods came around 70 guys all dressed in camouflage gear. They were still in country in their heads, and they were living in the woods, And so we had a great gig with them, and it was an amazing experience. And we ended up going back to that clubhouse, I think, 5 times. And the music was the catalyst that they needed. It brought them together.
Yep.
It brought their families back.
Yes.
And they raised money. They re-stumped the clubhouse. They built a septic system beside it. I remember one of the most emotional times I've had in playing music in my entire life was the last time we played for the Killer Bees. When we finished the night,
Yes.
Scrounger said, "Would you guys mind waiting on the stage?" I said, "No, that's okay." And all of a sudden, we hear a drum beat,
Yes.
and out comes the American flag in a guard of honor, right?
Yep.
And they folded it into a triangle and presented it to me.
Wow, man. Wow, wow, wow. Isn't that fantastic?
I'm not ashamed to say that I had tears just rolling down my face.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Presented every one of the band members of the Giants with a certificate of appreciation.
Yep.
From the American Vietnam Veterans Motorcycle Club.
Yep.
And they also gave me a big poster in a frame.
Yep.
That was called The Wall, which was about the Wall of Remembrance in Washington D.C. And every one of the Killer Bees had signed it, and I've still got it. It's one of my prized possessions, along with that American flag now.
Fantastic, man. Just going back on what you were saying there, Stuart, about how the music was like a healer there in regards to these guys that were still in country. When you say still in country, it's a bit like post-traumatic stress disorder, PSD.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
PSD, yeah.
And
that's why we're doing this show. As you're probably aware, I'm a patron of the Vietnam veterans in Australia.
Yes.
And the Gippsland chapter, which is just down the road from Wonthaggi, is where we're doing this Helping Hand rock. And all the proceeds of that, it's a registered charity.
Yes.
All the bands play for free.
Mm-hmm.
All the road crew, all the PA guys, everybody, nobody charges anything.
Fantastic.
Because we all believe so strongly in the fact that these people deserve to be looked after when they come back from active service.
Yes.
And some of them don't come back. Yep. Somebody's got to help their families.
That's right.
And that's what we do.
That's why
we do it.
Yeah.
Because all of the bands that you can see listed on there are all donating their time, and they don't even get petrol money for driving there. They get nothing.
Yep.
Because they all believe in the cause.
That's their contribution. Yeah. It's fantastic, man. So, folks, if you are around the world, wherever you are, buy tickets if you can fly. Otherwise, if you're in the area, folks, remember, put this one in your calendar, Saturday the 14th of November. The details are here underneath it. You can see where it is. I will be promoting it throughout the rest of the year until we get to that date. So keep a lookout for it, folks. Support. It's such a good little cause, a big cause, I should say. I want to come back, Stuart, to what you were saying, what we were talking about in Facebook in regards to music. And music is the healer, and it's in every. It's like it breaks down languages. As I said in our last interview a few hours ago, I said the only thing that every generation of man since the dawn of civilization, you can take the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Romans, the Vikings, the Egyptians, you can name every one of them. Yes.
The only thing they ever had in common was music.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Yep.
Every one of them.
Yep.
It was the thing that brought everybody together. And it still is to this day.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like with people, if something goes wrong, well, the bushfires in Australia, people get together and raise money to help with music.
Yes, with music.
Music soothes the savage beast.
Yeah, it certainly does. And like we were saying, and like I mentioned, that you can look at an infant, it's sort of say 2 years old to 4 or 5 years old, and how if there's music in the background, they're bopping away in their little nappies or whatever, right. and they don't, no one taught them to do that. They're just doing it absolutely naturally. So it's a beautiful thing. And it's a great life that you've lived so far, and you're only halfway there.
Well, do you know what I reckon? Do you know what I reckon, Spike?
What do you reckon, Stewie?
I reckon it's about time we played some bloody music rather than keep talking about it.
I agree with you. You choose a song and I'll play it.
Have you got a song picked out for me?
Anything you want me to play. You tell me what you'd like me to play, man.
Well, I guess probably Motorcycle Man's the most popular song that the Giants we requested for all over the world.
All right, you can introduce it.
Okay, folks, get ready. This is a song I wrote a long time ago, or not so long ago, about one of my best mates, Vinny from the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club Nomads chapter, but it applies to everybody that rides on two wheels, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Here it comes, Motorcycle Man.
This one's for Vinny. Well, I am a motorcycle man, I ride a metal steed. I answer to nobody, open road is all I need. I never had a mother, and I never had a home. My biking is my brother, and my middle name is gone. I take it when I want it, and I get it when I can. I'm the meanest man alive, I'm a motorcycle man. Don't you try to change me, you know you never can. Or you'll find me on the highway, I'm a motorcycle man. Well, I cross a lot of rivers, and I nearly turned them dry. But if I wanted water, I just took it from the sky. I've been in every jailhouse, from the mountains to the sea. They lock me up and chain me, but I always do get free. I take it when I want it, and I get it when I can. I'm the meanest man alive, I'm the motorcycle man. And if you see me coming, well, you better stand aside, 'cause the devil is my passenger everywhere I ride. Well, I love pretty women, and I leave them all behind. Sneak into their bedroom, start messing with their minds. Wake up and wonder, yeah, here I am. I'm their wildest nightmare, I'm motor Stuart Wood. Thanks for listening. Good night.
Freaking awesome. Let's get the right camera on there and we'll just bring that, hang on, I'll bring that down. Let's leave that in the background, actually. That'd be quite nice. Fantastic, Stuart. Let's see, why hasn't that changed? Because I've got to go like this, maybe. There we go. Awesome, Stuart. Awesome, man. I'll just bring that music down just a tad more. That's a great song, that great tune there. Fantastic. You must have a lot of fun. Where did that song come about, Motorcycle Man, Stuart?
Well, as I said, one of my longtime friends is Vinny from the Hells Angels Nomads chapter in Australia, and I basically wrote the song about him. Yeah. And,
righto.
But it applies to everybody who rides, you know. That's pretty much it, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, in the 38 years the band's been going, you know, as I said before, we would never have got to America without the help of Peter Salmon from Portland in Victoria.
Peter Salmon.
He was the guy who introduced me to Jim McClure at the Heathcote Harley Drags.
Yes.
He ended up being the vice president of the American Drag Bike Association.
Oh, righto. So, yeah, he's had his act together then.
Yeah, so that was America. Europe was an entirely different thing altogether. You know, we went over there. I actually went over there in 1985 on my own.
Tell us a bit about that one.
Well, you know, we became known as the Bikey Band in Australia.
Yes.
You know, in the band's 38-year history, we've never been asked to play at any festival in this country that hasn't been associated with bikers.
Yep.
Basically because most of the festivals are afraid that if they put us on, they're going to get bikies.
Shitload of bikies come along, and the stereotype. Yeah, stereotype.
Yeah, that's right. You know,
yeah.
And, you've only got to turn on the television these days if there's any type of crime going on. As soon as the reporter finishes it, and police suspect bikey links. You know?
You badass man.
So Europe was an entirely different thing.
Yeah, righto.
We went to Europe many times, and we had lots of fantastic fun over there, and met a lot of people. We've met so many people from around the world.
Can I ask, like, you would have played with many, as you're quoting or giving reference to musicians and such. That, like, can you please share with us some of those people that you have met, some of the musicians you've actually been on stage with?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, we played at the Hells Angels World Run in Amsterdam in 1987, right?
Yeah.
And I was playing with the Booze Band, which is my band in Germany, and we drove in and on the gates, and we could hear this music in the background, and I said to Case, who was the secretary of the Amsterdam chapter at the time, is there another band playing? I thought we were, and he goes, no, of course you're not the only band, Stuart, you know. And I've gone, oh, right. I said, who is this band? It sounds fantastic. And we're driving in, you know. And he said, oh, it's a band from Los Angeles called Los Lobos. You know them? I went, oh, my God. And I said, what? And he said, yeah, then, of course, you have heard of Golden Earring. They come on.
Excellent.
And then you guys come on. And then following you is somebody from America. I think we pay a lot of money for him. His name's Ryland Kuda.
Oh.
I said, what? Kuda's playing here? Yeah. So, and that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And, the amount, I mean, even in Australia, I mean, we played with Steppenwolf, we played with Canned Heat, we've played with Susie Quattro, we've played with Deep Purple, we've played, you know, I mean, the list is endless, really. But
Deep Purple,
from my point of view, it's, you know, from my point of view, from a kid from Colac in Western Victoria,
yep.
You know, I've done okay. And our music's made a lot of people happy over the years. And,
bringing joy to the world.
Yeah, well, that, you know, I mean, you know, you write about things you know about, and you try to express yourself. And but I've been fortunate, me personally, because some of the the greatest musicians in Australian rock history have gone through the lineup of the Giants. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I've had members of Rose Tattoo, Daddy Cool. You know, it's just incredible. The Black Sorrows, you know,
Yeah.
JoJo Zepp and the Falcons, Australian Crawl, like Max Merritt's band. I mean, it's just endless. And,
So, Stuart, you keep in touch with some of these people, you know, like
yeah, most of them I do.
yes.
And,
so you reckon you'll be
some-
able to? You reckon you'll be able to hook me up down the track with a couple of different ones, like to
Oh,
as
for
I
sure.
grow my channel. You know, we might be able to sort of you could be my manager in the background there, publicist or something, hooking up all these different people to come on the show as guests. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. There's no problem with that at all.
I mean, having you
but
on is just
as
massive.
I said,
massive.
you know, the great thing from my side of things is, you know, I'm the singer. I play harmonica and play a little bit of guitar as well. And
Yep.
but the other guys that I've played with have just made my life so much. It's just been so enjoyable.
Can I read some
Well,
of the
not so-
comments? The comments that are coming in for you, man. Like there's things here. I've just got the latest here. It says here from Mike Getz, drone shots here. Stuart and his crew are a top-notch performers. You know. What do you get? I saw Susie about three decades ago, and that's Humvee Lee. You know. What do we get now? There's a couple of others. Just that's okay. But just some beautiful things that are being said, my friend, in the chat that
that's good.
You're not privy to. Yeah. Well, this will be reposted back up on the channel, so you'll be able to watch through and see the comments for yourself, my friend, in the replay. So. That's going to be awesome as well. Angry Anderson, the Rose Tattoo. Now he's a global fellow, isn't he? I'll see if I can pull up that picture I was talking about. Would you like to share the story of when you went to was it New Zealand or something? You flew into New Zealand, an international show.
Yeah, that was funny because the Giants were over in New Zealand and we were playing over there on a tour, and Big Bill, who was the president of the Hells Angels at the time, said to me, Stu, you don't know Angry Anderson, do you? And I said, yeah, sure, why? And he goes, oh, I'm a huge Rose Tattoo fan, you know. And I said, oh, yeah? And he said, do you reckon you could get him to New Zealand to play? I said, give us your phone. So I rang him up. And I said, oh, Ango, it's Stewie. Would you like to come to New Zealand and play? And he goes, yeah, sure, no worries. And because he talks a bit like that. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we agreed, and there was a thing called the Merry Harley Drags, which was a huge event over there, racing Harleys up and down hillsides and
Crazy
stuff. Anyway, so I put a band together, which was basically the Giants, but we had an extra guitar player named Randy Bulpin, who's still a good friend of ours.
Yes.
Who was the lead guitarist in Mondo Rock for a long time,
Uh-huh.
and also in Rose Tattoo for a little while.
Righto.
And he was a great slide guitar player, which, if you listen to Rose Tattoo songs, got a lot of slide in them.
Yes.
And Wayne Burt on the other guitar from Daddy Cool, JoJo Zepp and the Black Sorrows. Chris Barton on the drums from Max Merritt's band. And also Stevie Brooks, who's played with everybody from Angry Anderson to Wilbur Wilde, the list is endless. Russell Morris and stuff. And anyway, so we got on a plane and flew into New Zealand, and the club had arranged for us all to have our own limousine to take us to the Grand Chancellor Hotel in Auckland. And inside every limo was a 2-litre bottle of Jack Daniels.
Nice.
Yeah, it was because, Angry thought it was nice.
Yeah.
And but, Randy was a vegan, and so he didn't drink or eat anything that didn't fall out of a tree. Brooksy was a bit shy about flying, so he was a bit nervous. Wayne Burt would have 2 or 3 drinks, and that was it.
Yeah.
So that only left Chris Barton, myself, and Angry to get rid of 7 bottles, because we also had our sound engineer in the limo as well. Lovely son.
Gee, they really looked after you.
Got back to the Grand Chancellor Hotel, up to the penthouse where they put us up, and anyway, off we went and got stuck into it, and we got absolutely smashed. Well, the ones that drink did anyway.
Yeah.
And then we had to go on stage. We had to get out there. They drove us out there. We turned up at about 11 o'clock. We got out there. Angry could hardly stand up. You know? And we tried to sober up as fast as we could, so the Giants had to go on first. And we actually got a couple of encores, which I found incredibly hard to believe. But anyway.
Yeah. And Angry was on after you, was he?
We started playing the intro to Bad Boy for Love, which was probably the best known song from Rose Tattoo, or one of them.
Yes.
You know, dun, 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 you know, and Angry standing on
for love,
with half empty bottle of Jack Daniels, you know, and not moving, you know.
Yep.
Anyway, big fellow was standing near him. He went over and banged him on the head, you know. Pop, 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 pop. Angry looked, man. So he's walked out on stage. And he's just standing in front of the microphone, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going, Ango. And he's going, what? I said, sing. He goes, sing what? I said, Angry, have a look around you. There are 5,000 people in front of us, right? We're surrounded by Hell's Angels. I do not want to die in New Zealand. So sing now.
Sing.
Anyway, he's put his hand up to stop the band, you know.
Yeah.
So we stopped the band. And anyway, he's walked to the front, he's torn off his shirt like this, and he's going like this, you know. And the crowd's starting to go, boo! You know?
Oh, no.
I walked over and I said, Ango, for God's sake, sing, will you? And he's grabbed the microphone. I thought, here we go.
Yeah. And
he put the microphone in his mouth, like that. And then he picked up the bottle off the ground and put the bottle on his head. He balanced the bottle and put both of his arms out like this, you know?
Yep.
And I walked over and I said, Angry, last chance. I'll kill you before they do. All right? Now sing. All right? And he's put the bottle down, walked to the front of the stage, the microphone, and we thought, here we go. And he's gone, good evening, sheep fuckers.
Oh no. This is what Angry said.
And everybody just automatically turned and looked at Big Bill, the president, who's standing there like this. And all of a sudden he's gone and started laughing.
Oh, thank God for that.
Turned around and gone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 30 days in the Kempsey jail. And then fell on the ground and spent most of the night lying on his back singing.
So a wild man by look, but a wild man by nature as well.
He's actually one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, Angry. He really is a lovely, lovely person.
Like I was saying, the last time I saw him was on a TV series called, what was it?
Howzos.
Howzos, yeah. And he was...
Angry's also been a patriot, from the Vietnam veterans. And he does a lot of work for that sort of stuff as well.
Excellent.
One of the best gigs we played at just before everybody can't play anymore, which was in January. Yeah. We did a show for... I remember the movie Stone.
Yeah, man, I love Stone. Yes.
Well, we actually played for the Dewey Hungerford Memorial Run.
Oh, okay.
Dewey Hungerford was one of the actors.
Which one? What did he play? Do you know what he played?
I can't remember which one he
That's
played.
Okay.
But they had a run for him in a place called Coolek.
Okay.
Which is Gundagai in New South Wales. And they got us up to play from Melbourne.
Yep.
And that around about 2,000 people there. It was incredible.
Nice. Yeah.
I've never seen so many Kawasaki 650s in my life. It was a fantastic time.
It was a great movie, man. Stone was a brilliant Australian movie. I don't think they've ever been able to replicate anything similar to it, And I'm surprised no one has. Perhaps you and I and Stewie down the track, man, we could knock our heads together. I've just got to get a bit more famous first, and we'll see. Who knows what's going to happen down the track? I'd love to meet you in person, Stuart. It'd be really, really cool, and perhaps even collaborate with something crazy and wild down the track. Who knows?
Yeah, why not?
Who knows?
You're only here one time, mate. I've never met anybody that's died and come back and said it's great when you're over there dead.
Yeah, no, well, on the other side, no, that's true. You are a long time dead, and I guess I have a bit of a problem there. I tend to burn the wick at both ends. Occasionally, I haven't done it yet, but like it's
I've heard that.
You're streaming away here, you're carrying on, and no.
I've heard that. As I said before, people sit around campfires and sing songs about you.
Good on ya.
That's played some more music. What do you got?
I reckon, mate. Let's see now. I'm going to throw it into the crowd at the moment. We've got so, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. I'll go to me for a sec. Stuart and I are asking if anyone knows the Giants at all, and you'd like to choose a song. Choose it in the chat, and I'll play it for you. I'll give you a couple of minutes to think about it. Write it in. The first song that comes up. If I've got it, I'll play it for you, no problem. Now, Stuart, I just want to read out to you one of the guests here. Have Alicia Legiri. She said here, the Giants are an amazing band. Had them play for us at a couple of events. We will be getting them back again. Love Stu, Cherie, and the band are always warm and welcoming. So that's Alicia Legiri. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly, Alicia. But anyway, well done, Alicia. Good on you, love. Now we've got
Alicia.
Hey, Alicia. What we've got is with a little help from my friends. Hang on, I'm just trying to get out.
Oh, if you're going to get that up, you'll see a few Australian icons. I think there was around about 20 platinum albums on that stage with the players that I've got up there with me. With 2 guitar players. There were 3 guitarists on the stage.
Yes.
Wayne Burt from Daddy Cool, Black Sorrows, Joe Joseph and the Falcons. Mark Gregg from Australian Crawl, Russell Morris Band. Renee Gayers, guitar player, and a really good, great player from Tassie, Jimmy. And this was shot in Tasmania.
Yes.
And also Stevie Brooks on the bass. Wilbur Wilde comes out and plays saxophone.
Yeah.
And Russell Morris and Matt Taylor are singing backing vocals behind me, which was amazing.
Oh, fantastic.
And we had 4 girls from Launceston doing the backing singing, and 2 drummers. It was just an incredible night.
Would you like to introduce the song?
Pardon, what was that?
Would you like to just go ahead and introduce the song, Stuart?
Okay, well, this is the song that we finished off the night at the Harley Owners Group rally in Launceston a few years back now. With just all of our great mates on stage with us. And it definitely was just me with a little help from my friends. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Stuart. Dedicated to everybody here right now, all the people around the world. Stuart Wood, our guest here today, and his friends on stage in Launceston. A little help from my friends. Oh, I've got to set it up. That's what's wrong. How is that, folks? How is that? Golly gosh, that's fantastic. Let's go with that one there. We'll give it a bit in the background. And I'll come back to me here because you had a blank screen. Wasn't that fantastic? A little help from my friends. And that, of course, comes live from our buddy, our guest, our mega star, Stewie Wood. Awesome, Stewie. You must have had a great night there, man.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. How did you did you sleep straight after? It's hard to go to with your adrenaline's up so much.
No, we actually didn't. And at that time, Mark, my guitar player from Aussie Cruel, and myself,
yep,
we owned a restaurant in Tasmania, and we all went back to there.
Oh, perfect.
And and we just jammed on with so many people, and had a wonderful time. And,
excellent.
Yeah, because I mean, see, the greatest misconception about being in a rock and roll band is that if you're in a band, you party all night, you drink all night, you smoke dope and snort cocaine.
Yeah.
You have different girls every night of the week, and nothing could be further from the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, you're a business person as well.
Driving through the middle of the night, dodging kangaroos and all that sort of stuff out in the bush, and trying to get home, and
You've got a good song that shows that actually. I'm trying to think. I've got it here now. Let's have a quick look. One of your songs that actually says, was it White Line Fever? Not White Line Fever.
Highway Fever.
Highway Fever, yeah.
Fever.
Yeah. And that's a good song. That video that you've got there shows a little bit of living out of a bus sort of lifestyle and some of the rural and remote towns that you go to.
The Giants have been all over. We've been to Arnhem Land. We've been to outback Western Australia. Mount Magnet, Parapadoo, Newman.
Yeah.
All of those places.
One of my sirs, we have this ranking: assistant producer, executive producer, and then knights, and then it goes to kings and queens. Well, one of my knights, Sir Oo, Outback Outlaw, is what his YouTube name is and channel, and he's a great supporter of mine, Stuart, and he's based up just. He's a CEO of an Aboriginal community up there, and he's Aboriginal himself. And him and his good wife.
I've got a friend. His name's Sean Pearce.
Right.
And he runs the biggest Aboriginal employment agency called Ironbark.
Okay.
Out of Darwin.
Oh, right. Yep.
And when I met him, he was working at Uluru.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which Yulara Resort.
That's
there.
Ayers Rock, isn't it? The big rock in the middle.
That's correct.
Yes.
And when he started working there, I think there was only about 10 or 15 Aboriginal people working there. When he left and went to Darwin to take over Ironbark, I think there was about 200 working there.
Blimey.
So terrific guy and a great friend of ours.
Yes.
And if you're watching out there, Sean, hello. And we always catch up in Darwin every year. And one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Yes.
Rides a Harley, of course.
Sir Roo's got himself an Indian, a nice Indian.
Because
Sir Roo's about your height too. He's a big fella. And
the best people are.
Yeah, giants. I got a couple more requests for a couple more songs, Stuart, if you don't mind. One of them was Big Bad and Beautiful and All Night Boogie, but I'll go for Big Bad and Beautiful. Can you tell us about this song? And we'll play this one for the people as well. Can you tell us?
I wrote this song about my last shovel head that I had, and the album cover actually shows me with that motorcycle on it.
Right.
And, the song Big, Bad and Beautiful, a lot of people think it was about a girl, but it's not. It's about a motorcycle. And, if you listen to the words in the song, you'll hear what it's all about. And, so away we go. You ready to go, Spike?
Yeah, man, whenever you want to go. Yeah.
All right. So here it is, folks, a song about my last shovel head. That's the Harley Davidson you used to ride, followed by the Mobile Mechanic van, But, so anyway, here it is, folks. Big, Bad and Beautiful.
All right.
My baby's big, bad, and mean.
It's a union of the spirit between man and machine. I don't know much, but I know what I like. I wanna take you down that highway tonight. Big, bad, and beautiful. She's such a wild machine. Oh, big, bad, and beautiful. She's every schoolboy's dream. Well, she's big, bad, and beautiful. Big, bad, and beautiful. You're big, bad, and beautiful. Well, big, bad, and beautiful. You're big, bad, and beautiful. Here's to the shovelheads.
Here's to the shovelheads, yeah. Here's to my old shovelhead, he says. There you go. That's Stewie Wood there with Big, Bad and Beautiful as it was requested. Awesome song, Stuart. Awesome song, man. I really love the sound of your band. They really come together well. I mean, after playing for so many years together, Mark, you and the guys, really tight. And such a, I mean, you'd be so relaxed up there because home away from home, eh? You sort of, I reckon, really, Stuart, when you're on stage, you're more the person you are when you're off, in a way. Do you understand sort of what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I do go on and off, yeah.
Yeah. Hot
Hey,
and
listen, one
cold.
thing I don't know, I've just realised that we were talking about Matt Taylor before. you know.
Yes, yes.
And it's Matt's birthday today.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he turned 72 today. So
Whoa, happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt Taylor.
Yeah,
one of Australia's
man.
great iconic musicians.
Yeah. Have we already played that song already today in this?
Yeah, we started off with it, didn't we?
Yeah, I think in YouTube here. Yeah, we did. I did before I introduced you. Yeah, because that was a request.
What was the other song that they requested?
I think that was the other song that was requested, my friend. All Night Boogie, or not All Night Boogie. Hang on, I'm just having a bit of a look back through now, so bear with me. I'll find it. Let's have a look. We've had Motorcycle Man, but we've played that already too, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
We played
So
Big Bad and Beautiful, Motorcycle Man, Lone Rider, 6 Second Man. We played a few, haven't we?
Yeah. So we'll have to Wild One Adventures. You'll have to watch the replay, my friend, to see that one there. I'm just having a bit of a look back through here, and I can't quite see the other ones. Where are we? There's a lot of chat here, looking, and it's all beautiful. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't
It's
matter.
actually, if you want to hear something different from the Giants,
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
if you go back into your YouTube thing again,
Yeah.
there's a song called "This Truckin' Life."
Oh, yeah. That's a country sort of version.
Yeah, now that we used to call into the Road Transport Hall of Fame in Alice Springs on a regular basis,
Yeah.
and they asked us to play at their 20th anniversary, and so we thought we'd make an album of truck driving songs for that particular thing.
Yeah.
And we recorded this whole album. We wrote it in about 3 hours in Wayne Burt's backyard.
Wow, this song we're about to play. Yep.
Yeah, no, the whole album.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Me and Mark Regan and Wayne Burt sat out in his backyard and had a couple of drinks and wrote it down, and a guy called Lee Kapocki came down with a tiny little recorder and recorded the whole thing. Then we gave it all to Michael Letho, the guy I was telling you about from Abbey Road Studio.
Yes.
And we recorded the whole album in 6 hours.
Wow.
But the song, This Truckin' Life, is it was just, people in Australia especially, because we're such a big country, don't realise that the truckers do carry this country.
Yes.
They really do. And
they do. They carry the world. They're all around the world. I mean, Wild One Adventures, he's a trucker. and you know, so he'll really appreciate this. I'm ready to go when you are. So,
Yeah, well,
yep.
if you have a look at the truck in this video clip,
Yep.
it's owned by a guy from up in Queensland called Tony Straycat. Check this one out, folks. This is This Truck and Life.
All right.
The highway and shifting gears, talking to my buddies on the radio, a cup of coffee and it's away we go. Max and Kenworths, I've driven them all. No rig too big, no rig too small. I climb in the cab and it becomes my home. Fire up the motor and I'm in the zone. This trucking life's the only one I know. Another load and up the road I go. This view my way is my second home. I got my mind in driving zone. I'm on my own, talking on the radio and thinking about home. Truck stops, roadhouses, they come and go. I get to the end and it's back I go. This trucking life's the only one I know. Another load and up the road I go. This Hume Highway is my second home. I got my mind in driving zone. Struggling life's the only one I know. Another load and up the road I go. My way is my second home. I got my mind in driving zone.
Excellent, Stuart. Excellent, man.
Well, there's something totally different for it. And what about that rig, eh?
Oh, what an awesome rig it was. Yeah, beautiful.
Absolutely.
The paint job, it's like they're like houses, aren't they?
Just had a phone call.
Oh, righto.
Right, from one of my oldest mates who I met through the guy that got the Giants the big break in the States, Peter Salmon.
Peter Salmon, yeah.
His name is Stuart Clark.
Stuart
He lives
Clark.
in Portland. He lives in Portland, and he sent me a message. Stewie drove our bus around Australia. It was originally owned by Peter Salmon, and he sold it to me.
Right.
And Stewie drove it for quite a long time. And he also was over in America with us on our first time over there with Pete Salmon and his then girlfriend Peggy, who came to Owensboro in Kentucky. There you go. Yeah. And anyway, Clarkie's sent me a message. Please, can you get him to play Little Miss Amphetamine?
Good on you. So, good on Jivers. You can't go. I mean, like, wow. Hang on. Stuart, this is Clarkie you're calling him, eh?
Yeah, Clarkie. Stuart Clark, his name is.
Yeah.
And he's a really old friend of ours from way back in the 80s, you know.
Yeah.
And great bloke. And his claim to fame is, right,
Yes.
he rides a Honda, right?
Righto.
What do you call those big Hondas?
Goldwing, Honda Goldwing.
Yeah, that's it. He rides a Honda Goldwing. right?
Okay. Good on you. Good on you, Clarky.
And he's ridden it all over America. He rode around America with his wife on the back.
Yeah.
He's a member of I can't remember the name of the club now. They're a social club all over Australia.
Yep.
Can't remember. But anyway, he had a bike accident a couple of years back and lost the sight in one of his eyes.
Oh, bugger.
But he still rides.
Yeah, oh, good on him. Good on him. Good on you, Clarky. Good on you, mate.
You know,
I've got that
one of
song.
the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Yep.
And so if you can possibly play Little Miss Amphetamine and dedicate it to Stuart Clark, I would be absolutely rapt.
Okay. This one's called Little Miss Amphetamine.
Just for you, Clarky. Just for you, mate.
Here's a little story about a girl I know. She can pick you up when you're feeling slow.
For you, Clarky.
She's a little white lady with a gleam in her eyes.
Yeah.
She can play with your mind, leave you high and dry. Well, she's a hard-headed woman with a one-track mind. She signs her name with a little white line. Amphetamine, little Miss Amphetamine.
Ooh, yeah.
Watch out, boys, she'll pick you clean. Little Miss Amphetamine. She's in the heart of the city. She's way down on the farm. She can get your bells ringing just like a fire alarm. Well, if you see her come in, man, you better beware. 'Cause that chemical attraction can be a real nightmare. Behind closed doors, she weaves her spell. It can be heaven or it can be hell. Amphetamine, little Miss Amphetamine. Watch out, boys, she'll pick you clean. Little Miss Amphetamine. She's a rock and roll queen. She'll make a grown man quiver and scream. Amphetamine, little Miss Amphetamine. Watch out, boys, she'll pick you clean. Little Miss Amphetamine, Amphetamine, little Miss Amphetamine. She's gonna make you scream. Little Miss Amphetamine. Little Miss Amphetamine. Oh, baby.
Banana. Hey, and that was for Clarky,
Thank you
mate.
very much.
No, that's great.
During
And,
our
by
31
the way,
year musical
I remember the name
history,
of the motorcycle club that Clarky
had
rides with.
occasion to play.
Yeah.
It's the Ulysses Club. They're all over Australia.
Oh yes, the Ulysses. Yeah, I'm familiar with them. They're the old boys. The old boys.
Yeah, that's right. Like us.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just slightly matured, you know. Good on you. Well done, Clarky, mate. Good on you, man. Pirate Clarky, not to make fun of your lost of eye, but I'm sure you got a good sense of humour.
Well, he's very one-eyed Melbourne supporter.
One-eyed about all things.
That's right.
Good.
There is one song that I just, as I said before, I've been fortunate enough to play with some of the greatest musicians in Australia.
Yes.
One song on our list. It's called "Mistress of the Dark."
Oh, I like that. Yes, Mistress of the Dark.
And it really features the beautiful guitar playing of Mr. Mark Gregg. As I said, Mark and I have been playing music together for 20 years now, all over the world, and I've seen him get standing ovations from just about every country that he goes to.
Yeah.
And one of the nicest people I'd ever meet as well. Very humble guy. And as I said, he played lead guitar for Australian Crawl, for Russell Morris, for Rene Gayer, for Paul Norton, and all before he joined me.
These are amazing names you're quoting. Yeah. I've got that song, and we're very happy to play a couple. Actually, we're in overtime now, but that's okay. I want to go overtime, so we're all cool, because I've got a couple of other requests like Radar Love and All Night Boogie. Okay. I'll be playing those songs when our interview's finished.
You know the song that you like, which is Late Night Boogie.
Late Night Boogie. Yep.
That's one of my favourite songs that I've ever written. That one.
Yeah.
But anyway,
how did that come about? Late Night Boogie.
Yeah, but there's a video in there somewhere.
Yeah, I got it.
But the Mistress of the Dark one I'd like you to do, because it really shows how tasteful Mark Gregg is as a guitar player, and
All right, I can do that, my friend. I just want to also let you know that, like, people like our English brothers and sisters, Humvee 4, known as his channel there, his name's Lee, really nice chap. Yeah. Just pointing out the fact it's 2:00 in the morning for him right now. So good on you.
Oh, right.
Good on you, Lee, for dedication to our UK brothers. If you'd like to introduce that Mistress of the Dark, I'll smash it out there for you, Stuart.
Okay, this one's a song called Mistress of the Dark, featuring our guitar player, Mr. Mark Gregg. Goes like this.
She sits alone in the bar at the end of the night, in the corner of the room where the shadows hide the light. She doesn't look up from her tonic and gin. She's waiting for a sign for it all to begin. She's his raven-haired mistress of the dark. Imaginary eyes are boring holes in the back of her head, but her mind is focused on what lies ahead. Stolen hours with the man she loves, his tender touch she can't get enough. She's his raven-haired mistress of the dark. She tries hard not to think about the time she spends alone, talking to herself and staring at the telephone. All the times he said he'd call, a photo hanging on the bedroom wall. She hopes and prays, baby, someday it's gonna change. Mark Gregg on the guitar, folks. She's his oasis in this desert of pain. She's gonna take him up to heaven again. She's his raven-haired mistress of the dark. She's his raven-haired mistress of the dark. She's his raven-haired mistress of the dark.
Anybody know what a shovel head is? That was the Harley Davidson that used to be followed by the mobile mechanic before the advent of Evos. So I wrote a song about my old shovel. This one's called Big, Bad and Beautiful.
Oh, that's the one where you go slide straight into the other song there, Stuart. Yeah. Awesome, man. Freaking awesome, brother. We're traveling along quite well. We're getting a couple of other requests I've got here. Tattoo Lady, along, as I said, with Radar Love and others. I'm going to play them. If you're happy to stick around, my friend, I don't want to sort of abuse the fact that we've been hanging out for a couple of hours now. You're very welcome to stay, and we can continue to play and in between continuing to talk. As long as you're happy to be a part of the show, I'm happy to keep going, man.
Yeah, no problem at all to me, mate.
Yeah, good on you, brother. He's kicking back there. What's the plans for the rest of the day? Just curiously, you know.
Well, I'm having a scan this afternoon.
Oh, righto. Yep. Medical.
You know what no. You know what a scan is?
A red one or a blue one?
No, it's a senior citizens afternoon nap.
Nana nap scan, right? I seen your citizens afternoon nap. Hang on, get the right camera on us. Good on you, good on you. That's what's scheduled. So you're all cool. You might nod off. You might nod off in the chair there as we're carrying on. Well, if that happens, we'll.
I was just thinking before. There's one of the videos on our list that you had before.
Yes.
One of the great thrills I got years ago was to play with the great Mike Halby, who played lead guitar for John Mayall's Blues Breakers, and also he played for Canned Heat.
Oh, right? Yeah.
And remember I told you that I wrote the song about Vinny from the Hells Angels, Motorcycle Man, right?
Yeah.
Well, Mike was one of Vinny's best friends. They met in America years ago. And he brought Mike down to Tasmania for a holiday to introduce him to me and Mark. And we ended up sitting around the kitchen and having a play together, and then he came down to our restaurant and got up on stage and played with us all night there. And he passed away a few years ago now, and we wrote the song about him.
What was the song?
I'm just trying to... Can you bring that thing back up again with the list?
Yeah, I've got this list here. So this one might be interesting to you. And I'll just go to view and large icons. We'll go for extra large icons. Make it big here. And is it going to show me? Yeah, here they are. So this is my little private list. We go to desktop there. So this is not your YouTube channel. This is in my computer. And we've got these here. So
actually, Cherie might know the name of it.
Who? Cherie, yes.
Oh, she just requested Nature of the Beast.
Do you have Nature of the Beast, do you? I've got, like the other request I've got here is another one called, we've got Tattoo Lady, we've got Spirit in the Sky and Radar Love. They're those ones. But the ones I've got here that we haven't said we haven't done is All Night Boogie, Fading Stars, which is a really nice one, Freedom Road, Late Night Boogie. We played
Late Night Boogie. That's the one.
Late Night Boogie.
if you put that one up,
sure, I can do that.
You will. Well, you'll actually see Vinny and me with Mike Halby, all the three of us together.
Rightio. So
this song was written about Mike and dedicated to him.
All right. Just get the
And
details
Mark
up.
plays the most amazing guitar because Mike was a world famous guitar player, played with John Mayall's Blues Breakers and Canned Heat.
Right.
And Mark duplicated his style. It was unbelievable. So, so that'd be great to actually see this one again. I haven't seen it for a long time. So.
Little late night boogie. Bring it in, Stewie.
Okay, this song was dedicated to the memory of the great Mike Halby, guitar player extraordinaire and good friend of ours. Thank you.
And why haven't we got sound? All of a sudden we haven't got sound. Oh, because I got to turn the frickin' thing up. All right, hang on. Just a minor. Don't worry about volume. I love this song.
Have we got it down yet or what?
Yep.
I've been out all night, taking my bike for a ride. It was just before daylight when I made it back inside. I saw my baby sitting there in a favorite chair. I said, hey honey, what you doing over there? She said, baby, I've been waiting for you to come home. I just been sitting here in the dark, drinking all alone. She said, I got this feeling way down deep inside, and I know I needed my man to take me for a ride. Sat down beside her and I held her hand. I said, baby, I think that I understand, 'cause I've been needing you, girl, like you've been needing your man. So come here, baby, I'll give you the best that I can. Boogie chillin'. Chair, and she kicked off her shoes. She walked over to the stereo in the corner and put on some slow, dirty blues. She began to dance slowly around the room. Oh yeah, to that boogie music. Baby, baby, baby. Going boom, boom, boom. Dance, baby. smile as I watched her body move. My hips were swaying to that boogie groove. I said, baby, baby, you've been dancing for far too long.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, people, we never got to hear the end of that song. As we began to boogie, 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 slow and sweet. Stays at home. I know she's just sitting there waiting for her man to come home. And when I walk through that door and she give me that smile, I know she wants to boogie and drive a man wild. Driving wild. She gon' drive me wild.
Woohoo, man, oh man, it's getting a little bit hot in here, Thank you very much to Stewie. Good on you, mate. That's very sexy.
Funnily enough, that wasn't the song I was talking about. The song I just looked it up.
Yeah.
Myself, and it's Late Night Studio Blues.
Oh, now I haven't got that one. Okay.
It's on YouTube. But anyway, get it down. It's a good tune, and it's got Mike Helby from Canned Heat playing with us.
Late Night Studio Blues. I can smash that one out. We're getting quite a few little requests here. I'll read the list out so far. We've got Spirit in the Sky, Radar Love, Tattoo Lady, Freedom Road, and Late Night Boogie, which we're going to play as my outro later on for Mars. But
right.
In addition to that, that's the one you just said there. So I can get that up. Let me just work out what window I need to open to open it up, and we'll get that going on. Which I need to go there, and then we need to go here. So we won't be telling everybody that as we're. I'll just bring that across, that window across over there, and we're all good. So Stuart, just let me think now.
You must be getting tired by now.
Yeah. I've been up all night. I had a good sleep yesterday afternoon, and I'm used to this type of thing.
Oh, you had a scan.
I had a little scan. I got to try and balance it out. Well, I've been looking forward to this show, man, having you on the show, not really sort of anticipating your generous gift of the amount of time you're allowing me to have you. And we've got friends here. I've made some new people. Those people that are here with me, I'll just cut to me for a sec. What I've done is I've turned you blue, and that's my way of saying thank you. It's not like blue wrenches as some people would think, and the moderating side of things. It's me just saying thanks very much for coming along and being a part of my show, and hopefully you might even consider, where is it, this one here?
Come join the iSpike Scully family.
Yeah, hey, jump on my bus. We've got another one here where you sort of proudly...
Jump on the bus. Spell bus backwards.
That's right, and we support each other. We do a bit of networking and that sort of thing. So always the intention to grow channels, but having people like this gentleman here, Stuart Wood, from the Giants, for the past couple of hours, and playing his beautiful music, it's fantastic.
You you want me to do a voiceover for you now?
Not just yet. No, you're going to get that song in a second. Unless you want to sort of just do some Donald Duck stuff. Otherwise, I do have a.
I was just going to do this one for you. Okay.
All right. Well,
Ready?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Stuart Wood from the Giants, and you're listening to iSpike on the Biker and Triker Nation show, broadcast around the world on YouTube. Enjoy the time you have with Spike, because everybody does.
Oh man. Isn't that fantastic, folks? You little ripper. Hang on, what does Scully want to say there? He wants to go like this one.
You little ripper.
Now, I'm just going into YouTube as we talk, man. I'll just go back to you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about this song that I'm about to find? What's it called again?
Yeah, well, this is the song that I wrote for Mike Halby was one of the greatest guitar players in the world.
What's the name of the song again, Stuart? Well,
It's called Late Night Studio Blues.
I'm looking it up now. Carry on.
And we lost Mike a few years back, and he was a great friend of Vinny from the Hells Angels Nomads Club, who I wrote Motorcycle Man about. Right.
And
I've
got it.
And Vinny brought Mike down. Vinny was a good friend of Mike's, I said before, and he brought him down to Tasmania to Mark's and my place, and we sat around, and it was just fantastic sitting in the same room as an absolute legend. And talking to him about music, and we conned him into picking up a guitar and having a play, and I got on the harmonica, and Mark came out of his bedroom at about 2:30 in the morning and said, "Can you turn that bloody music off?" And he realised we were actually playing, right?
Yeah.
And so he rushed back and got a guitar and joined in as well, and we all sat around the kitchen table together, and it was a night I'll never forget. And the next night we went out to our restaurant, and we had about 120 people in the room, and Mike got up, and we didn't say who he was. At the end of the night, introduced the band, and on guitar from Australian Crawl, Mark Gregg, place goes nuts. And I said, and by the way, we have a very special guest here, all the way from Los Angeles, California, from Canned Heat, Mr. Mike Halby on the guitar. Well, the place just went dead quiet. And then they just went absolutely bananas.
Okay. I've got it.
Passed away. He was a huge inspiration, and a really good friend, and a good friend of mine and Vinny's. And
brilliant.
So I wrote this song for him, and it's called Late Night Studio Blues.
All right.
And Mark Gregg duplicates his guitar solo style right in the middle of the song. It's unbelievable.
Fantastic. Here it is, folks. Late Night Studio Blues. Awesome, Stuart. Thank you, man. This is so good.
Sitting in the back room late at night, the lights in the studio are flashing bright. Another song is going down, and the clock on the wall keeps going round and round. When you're married to the music, it's a funny life. Sometimes she's your mistress, sometimes your wife. But one thing's for sure, and you know it's true, that there's nothing in the world you would rather do. The music's in your head going round and round. Keep on searching for that sound. It's a never-ending journey on the merry-go-round. Seems our feet never touch the ground. I'm flying, baby. So here we are at 3:45. Hoping the neighbors don't bang on the door. We're in here keeping that volume down. Man, I love that Hammond organ sound. sound. It's a never-ending journey on the merry-go-round. Seems our feet never touch the ground. Yeah, baby. Hey guys, it's getting pretty late. We gotta finish this thing.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that next.
Hey Eric, you want a coffee, man? I do. Come on, let's do that last guitar track, man. It's getting late. Okay, Johnny, time to turn the piano.
Fantastic, Stuart. That was cool. Okay, Mark, it's getting late. Let's do this last track, man. Good on you. That was fantastic. Come together. I've got a question for you, Stuart.
Absolutely.
Someone's asked, the Matt man, actually, Sir Matt, he's asked, what's on your T-shirt, brother? What do you got on your T-shirt there? What's written on your T-shirt?
Hang on.
Ooh, I'm a grumpy old man. And then whatever the bottom line is.
Oh, I can't get up that high.
Oh, we can't get down that far. What does it say?
Hang on. What's it say? It says, I'm a grumpy old man. It depends on your level of stupidity. Stupidity or level of, it depends on your...
It depends on your level of stupidity.
Yeah. Grumpy, I guess.
Yeah, grumpy old man. Nah, you could be far from it.
Yeah, I just might make a mention.
Yeah, sure, man.
A little sales pitch here.
You're welcome.
If anybody wants to go onto our website, any of our 18 albums that we've made, all of them are on our website, and you can actually download a whole album, or you can download a song off each album, or whatever you want to do. And we have like T-shirts and merchandise for stubby coolers, all that sort of stuff. So if you go onto our website, which is just thegiants.com.au, well, there's a picture from it right now.
Yep.
There's myself, Marky Gregg. That's Nev DeLuca on the right with the headband on, the other guitar player. Stevie Brooks on the left is the bass player. He's been in the band for 30 years. Martin Coogan, who was the original member of the band who started it with me, and his wife gave us the name The Giants. And that's Michael Stangel on the drums over there, who also came forth in The Voice on TV.
Well done.
Great singer and great musician all around. And that's just our T-shirts that you can buy, and hoodies coming out very shortly, and all that sort of stuff, and patches and DVDs and CDs. They're just endless. Yeah,
it's fantastic. Look at that there. And this is such a great website. I did put the link in the chat, Stuart. I've got it, and I copy and paste it whenever I play your music, whether it be on Facebook or here. I always put this link into this. This is the #1 link I put into the show here. So that's fantastic. Yeah, and that's the website there. So good. No shameless plugging, man. I'm very happy to
that's all right.
To promote you. You know, that's
well, at the moment, as you're probably aware, most musicians in Australia have absolutely no income at all because you can't play anywhere. They just started going back to work in Darwin and Brisbane and those sort of places, but in Victoria, nobody's playing music at all. I mean, the last gig I played was at the St Andrews Hotel in January. So,
right. Yep.
I must make just a quick thank you to Eric Collier, who's a well-known musician in my area down here and a good friend of ours.
Yes.
Who actually got me onto Skype again. I had to get him around to open up my computer again, and because I had no idea how to do it. And the only reason I'm on your show today is because of Eric Collier, who is a great musician as well. So thank you, Eric.
Yeah, good on you, Eric. Good on you, mate. He helped you out doing all that. Excellent. And we've got, Magic Moments picks, I think it is. Magic Moments. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for, I'll bring it to both of us, for your putting the links in there for different things, helping me out there. So good on you, mate. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. Awesome stuff. I'm just double checking. Captain Jack funny shirt. We've got everyone saying good day to you, my friend. Let's see now.
Well, that's wonderful.
Was it?
Hello to everybody out there that's still watching.
We've got Captain Jack. I'm planning to buy a shirt on the site. Haven't decided which one yet. So there you go. So you get a bit of support from Captain Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, and he's actually going to be my guest on the show next week, Captain Jack.
I'll have to tune in to watch.
Yeah. He's a fellow American.
What part of the States is he from?
I'm trying to remember. Seattle, I think it is. He'll put it. Whereabouts are you from again, Jack? Just remind me, please, mate. And I've already spoken with Jack, like yourself, off air, and we've teed it up and got the connection made. So that's really awesome as well. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Things are going tickety-boo, mate, as we say down here and down under. Tickety-boo, eh?
Yep, that's right.
Tickety-boo, man, tickety-boo. And may I ask, Stuart, like some of your favourite bands, like you're a musician and you play and you've got, of course, apart from the Giants, what?
Well, I guess, I grew up in the era of the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, good influence. Beatles and the Rolling Stones, yeah.
Then I heard Eric Clapton, and that changed my whole world.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me.
You're right, mate. No problem. I'll just while you do a bit of CPR there.
And then
he's back with us. Jumper leads.
Yeah, I'm here. And I heard Eric Clapton, that turned me into a blues fan.
Yep.
And then Neil Young also was just an incredible performer, songwriter. So many great musicians.
Yeah.
I remember I took my mum once to a concert at the Melbourne Concert Hall to see Ray Charles and B.B. King in concert.
Oh, okay.
And it was just mind-blowing,
Yeah.
So many great players that you listen to in different styles. And, I've always had, I'm a huge George Strait fan. George Strait is an American country music singer that not many people in Australia know much about.
Yeah.
But he sold more albums than the Beatles and Elvis Presley put together.
Wow, George Strait.
Yep.
I like that story of Fleetwood Mac, man. Tell us a little bit about that one.
The Fleetwood Mac story from
before the
from
girls.
The Vets show.
Yeah.
From the Vets place.
Well, yeah, that's right. When
we were playing for the Killer Bees, which are the Vietnam Veterans Motorcycle Club chapter in Guston in Western Kentucky.
Yep.
And, we were playing songs that we thought they'd relate to. And we said, we're going to play a song from a band called Fleetwood Mac now, from England. Who had 4 #1 hits and were the biggest blues band in Europe before Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham were even heard of.
Wow, it's before the girls came on board.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Christine McVie was actually married to the bass player, John McVie, who was part of the Fleetwood Mac name. It was Mick Fleetwood on drums, John McVie on the bass. So it was Fleetwood Mac, right?
Right.
And Christine was married to John and played in a band called Chicken Shack that were huge in England as well. Because the guitar player named Peter Green, who wrote Oh Well, was one of their #1 hits. Albatross, the instrumental, was another one. And the next one I'm going to tell you about is one that everybody thinks that Carlos Santana wrote. And I said, so we're going to do a song from Fleetwood Mac now before the girls got in the band and ruined it. And this is a song everyone thinks Carlos Santana wrote, but he didn't. It's called Black Magic Woman, and it sounds like this.
All right.
We'd finished playing it.
Yeah.
We'd finished playing the song. There was silence for a little while, and this voice from the darkness came out. Hey, landfill, which is what they called me. I was 187 kilos over there when I was American.
Yeah.
We like those girls over here. And I thought, yeah, well, I do too, mate. No worries. Next song will be, because they didn't realise that Fleetwood Mac even was in existence before Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham got into it, and also Christine McVie, who was married to John McVie. Yeah. So there's a little bit of musical education for you.
Yeah. I don't think I've got that one in my list, but it is on your site, isn't it? And I thought I did have. I've got Mistress of the Dark, but I haven't got the Mr. Lucky. But I don't have the Black Magic Woman one. And I have seen you played that sort of in a pub, didn't you, or something? That's
like we you know.
That's the one you've got on the YouTube channel.
People shoot videos of you everywhere you go now.
Yeah. It's true. There's cameras everywhere. Cameras. I've got a ton of them here.
I've just got my computer screen, which I look at.
And I think you're doing quite well, man, especially that's how I started, mate. I just got sort of addicted to this. But, started out with the laptop and using the computer's built-in camera. And it's doing a great job, man. You look gorgeous, sort of, I think.
Oh, well thank you. Thank you.
Sort of, you know.
Thanks.
No.
Yeah, that was it. There's 1,000 stories,
I bet, man.
Thanks to all the people from overseas that have been writing in and sending me messages and stuff, Sue. So
yes,
it's one of these days we'll get back to America, and one of these days we'll get back to Europe.
Yeah.
But right now, living in Australia is a pretty tough time, as it is all over the world.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'm about to write a song now. I'm going to call it the Pandemic Lockdown Blues.
Yeah, but there's a few different versions out there. There is,
Oh, there certainly is. So I thought, why should I miss out? I'll write one too.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I'm just.
Well, I could start off with, looking out the windows, staring at the walls. I'm feeling so bored. I'm walking up and down the hall. Yeah. I've got those pandemic lockdown blues.
I got them pandemic lockdown blues. My balls are blues. Yeah, hang on. Where we go? We're gonna muck around here. My little.
You got the wrong key. You got a C. Haven't you?
I have, man, and everything is out of whack when I play anything from that matter.
I spiky blue.
Such a cool little thing, isn't it, eh?
In the word, that tail.
Now I'm going to pass out.
in the words of Matt Taylor,
yeah,
it's just a little bit of sucking and a little bit of blowing.
A little bit of sucking, a little bit of blowing. I tell you he's such a Matt is so good, isn't he? He's very good at.
He's one of the loveliest guys you'll ever meet, and one of the best harmonica players you'll ever see.
Freaking awesome. I've got a song here lined up, my friend. One of your covers. A little Spirit, perhaps, maybe.
Is this Spirit in the Sky?
It could be.
This was recorded live at the Humpty Doo Hotel, which is a iconic Australian hotel just outside of Darwin. And I do think if you're going to play the one I'm thinking about, it's got Wilbur Wilde playing saxophone, and the place is going off. Yeah. It's a great pub to go to if you're up Darwin way. Make sure you go and say good day to Rod out at the Humpty Doo Hotel.
Hey, make a welcome the Giants.
Hell yeah!
Tell yourself, you know it's a must. You gotta have a friend in Jesus. So you know that when you die, he's gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky. Gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky. That's where I wanna go when I die. When I die, they lay me to rest. Going up to the place of the best. Going up to the place of the best.
Awesome song, awesome spirit in the sky. I mean, Mars there, Mars FPV Drones was saying can't sing a note, but as far as that song's concerned, you la away in the privacy of his own home there. It's a good tune.
Good. Yeah, that was Stuart Rockface Elliott on the slide guitar. Who that was probably one of the last gigs he played with us before he retired from playing altogether. We could never work out why, but he was such a great slide player.
Yeah. And
of course, the great Wilbur Wilde with his high-pitched vocals in the background there.
And the saxophone, fantastic, isn't he, old Wilbur? I remember all those boys from...
He's played with everybody from Roy Orbison to Dire Straits, mate. He's a pretty amazing guy and one of the best musicians ever to come out of Australia. That's
fantastic, for sure. Fantastic. We just had a small little $10 donation there from the Matt Man.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you very much, Matt Man. Thank you very much, Sir Matt Man. And of course, I'm not forgetting that
the Matt Man TN donated $10. Make it rain. Thank you. Thank you, iSpike and Stuart, for a great night. Big fan of both.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Sir Matt Man.
Now, if it's all right with you.
Yes, Stuart. Yes, Stuart.
I'd like to dedicate this next song to my partner, Cherie.
Sure. What one's that one?
And, well, she's my tattooed lady. And I know you've got a request for that song because it's very popular.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to dedicate this one to her. I wouldn't be sitting here where I am now without her. And she's an incredible person, as you already know.
Yes.
And so I'd like to dedicate probably one of the last songs. We're going out with one after this. And this is Tattooed Lady for the lovely Cherie. This one's for you, Dave.
When you walked into the party, it was like my world had stopped turning. You smiled at me, baby, and I got this deep down yearning. I walked up to you and I asked you your name. then and there, baby, things would never be the same. When we walked outside into the warm summer's air, I watched the moonlight dancing, baby, off your long black hair. I was thinking, how can I win the heart of this pretty girl? I didn't know then, baby, we came from such different worlds. Tattooed lady, look my way. Tattooed lady, please won't you stay? Can't you tell my heart's on fire? And you got me burning, baby, with desire. Then you turned around slowly and let your jacket fall. I saw those tattoos and my jaw hit the floor. You're a living canvas, girl, a walking, talking work of art. And I guess I knew I was gone. You'd taken my heart. Tattooed lady, look my way. Tattooed lady, please won't you stay? Come on, girl, you know my heart is on fire. And can't you tell, baby, that I'm burning with desire? When you turned to leave, said you had to go. You looked deep in my eyes and you dealt that killer blow. I never met a girl like you before, baby. You got so much class. And I watched you walk away from me then, shaking that ass. Tattooed lady, please won't you stay? Tattooed lady, don't go away. Come on, girl, just one more dance. Come on, baby, won't you give me one more chance? Tattooed lady, won't you stay? Tattooed lady, please don't go away. Come on, angel, you know my heart's on fire. You're such a pretty girl, baby. You got me filled with desire.
Oh, yeah. A little tattoo lady there from the man himself, Stewie Wood. Good on you, Stewie. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Well, Spike,
Yes, sir.
do you know what the time is?
Yeah, for me, it's almost 10 o'clock, which means it's almost midday for you.
Yeah, it's 12 noon. It's high noon, mate.
High
you know?
noon is almost that nana nap time.
Well, it's time for our scans. You know?
Your scan. You got to have a scan. Yeah, no worries, man. And of course, myself, I've run out of juice a little while back, so I'm a little bit on the thirsty
me
side.
too.
Yeah. So I think we could call it a day, eh?
If I can just say, once again, thank you very much for allowing me to be part of your show. And thank you to all the people who've tuned in and watched the show. And I hope that the stories I've told and people that I've spoken about, it's been an incredible journey from me going around the world from a little town called Colac in Western Victoria. I've certainly been blessed with the joy of music and the ability to play it with some of the greatest musicians in the world. And, just keep on keeping on. And everybody out there, take care of yourselves, ride safe, and look after one another. Thank you very much.
Oh, Stuart Wood, thank you, sir. Thank you very much on behalf of everybody here, myself at the iSpike studio. Little Scully and Ava. Where are we now? We got the kids down here. The kids want to say g'day and get in the action a bit. Good on you, Stuart Wood. We love you the fuck out of you, mate. We really do. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. My dad loves you so much. Good on you, Stewie. Excellent, man. Excellent. Thank you so much for coming on the show, my friend. And we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch a lot. I wish you all the best with everything and anything you do, and I hope this 6 weeks just goes like that. As you know, I bring 3 shows a week. Or 6, in fact, with if you count the Facebook stuff as well. So I try to bring a little bit of joy to everybody, and we'll definitely be throwing more of the Giants in there as we go along, you know. Awesome, Stuart. Thanks a lot, man.
Okay, thank you, and thank you to everybody for watching.
Hooroo, Stuart. Hooroo. Where's the round of applause? You're getting the, if you were to read the chat, they're all going freaking awesome, man. Freaking awesome. Stuart Wood, folks. You're a bloody legend, mate. Thank you very, very much. Good on you, mate, and have a good siesta. Hooroo, Stuart. This one here, folks, I'm going to be playing out. Thanks very much, my friend. I'm going to be playing out, let's see now. I'm going to go like that, and then I've got this little song. I'm going to play a couple of songs more, guys, so please bear with me. Hang in there, folks. Wasn't that just fantastic? Having Stewie on the show. Oh, I've been looking forward to this day for quite some time, and now we've just had a freaking extended awesome time together. I guess what would that be? The past 6 hours we've spent together, pretty much. A lot here on YouTube, and of course the couple of hours we spent on Facebook prior to. So there you go, folks. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to continue to play for probably about another 15 minutes. A few more songs I want to play. And a few links I'll put in the chat as well. Pleased to meet the new folks that have come over to say hello and watch Stuart as well. Pleased to meet you. We've got a lot of things going on here in the iSpike studio. We're building a new set, and I make videos and all sorts of things. And I've got a fantastic community I like to call the iSpike Army, continuously growing. Those that are here right now and participating, especially the active ones, good on you, everybody. Bloody good on you. Now I've got a song here that is one of my ones that is particular. I've got to find it now. A little bit more, a little less organized here. Let's just go to like that camera while I look for it. I just got it here. All right, this is a song I want to play straight after Stewie, and here it is, folks. Here it is.
Just flew in on the red-eye special. I'm rolling home to you. I'm going back to the girl I love. She makes me feel brand new. Got my guitar in the back of my car. Gonna take some time off soon. Sleeping all morning. Get up in the afternoon. 'Cause I'm a prisoner of the highway, and I've got a gypsy soul. It's the music running through my veins, keeps me from rolling over. I've been around this world a time or two, set foot in many lands, made my songs in foreign towns. This guitar I can't put down, so God in heaven this old singer when they put me in the ground. God in heaven help me when it's time to lay me down. Take pity on this old singer when they put me in the ground. So God in heaven help me when it's time to lay me down. Take pity on this old singer when they put me in the ground. Pity on this old singer when they put me in the ground.
Ah, yeah.
Enjoying the show? Thumbs up, mate.
I've been driving all night, my hands are wet on the wheel. There's a voice in my head that drives my heel. It's my baby calls, she says she needs me here. It's a 4:30 and I'm shifting gear. Well, she's lonely and longing just to rest. She sends a message coming in from above. We don't need letters to love. almost there. I gotta stay cool, man, I gotta take care. Last time pass, now here I go. There's a loud calls going down real slow. Well, radio players all forgotten the song. Bring the lead, coming on strong. The newsman plays his theme sound. One more raid, I love his gun. But she is lonely and I'm sure I've had enough. She sends a message coming in from above. We don't need less love. We got a flame, let's go with our love. We got a wave in the air. We got a flame, let's go with our love. We got a wave in the air. Red eye love. Oh, baby, I'm coming to get you, mama. Here I come, honey. All right, baby. Here I go, baby.
That's right, folks. One great song after another.
Come all you outlaws and believers. Come all you angels of the night. Stand up, be counted, and remember to fly your colors is your right. I saw you flying like an eagle all across the southern sky. I saw you looking for an answer with the light of honor in your eyes. With an iron will and the wind in my face, I'll ride forever just to get to this place. Well, I tell you now, I'm ready to explode down on Freedom Road. And as we ride across the border, looking for a promised land, a storm is following behind us to take the victory from our hands. With a rebel yell and the wind at my heels, I'll ride forever just to see how it feels. Well, I feel it now, the seed is sown down on Freedom Road. Freedom Road. Here's to the rock and roll disciples. Here's to the crippled and the lame. Here's to the ones forever burning. Here's to the keepers of the flame. Beyond some Calcalos on the rise. See the lights of Melbourne as a distant glow. I know I'm almost home. My all-night ride has nearly come to an end. You know I'd do it all again. But there's nothing more important to a motorcycle man than his bike, his girl, and his friends. Lord Rider, the headlights splitting the night. Lord Rider, I'm feeling the cold wind bite. Lord Rider, I gotta make it home tonight. Lord Rider, I got my headlights splitting the night. I'm coming home, baby. I'm coming home, mama. I'm coming home, baby. I'm coming home, mama. Wanna feel you in my arms tonight. Coming home tonight. Look out, mama, 'cause here I go.
Alrighty. So there you go, a little blast from the Giants, as we have had on this show today. Stewie Wood has been my guest and has been freaking awesome, and I'd like to thank you guys for being a part of the show, coming along, sticking with me. Plenty of thumbs up, plenty of likes, plenty of awesome comments. Now I'd like to bring your attention to next Saturday night. Folks, we have another guest, another really awesome guest, totally different, how would you say, concept in regards to the background of that guest. And I guess you're going to have to tune in to find out. It is Captain Jack. Captain Jack is with us. He's a regular supporter of the iSpike channel here, and a very interesting man. He's done a lot of things in life, and mainly sort of, float your boat, I guess. But along with other things, YouTube experience, full on awesome stuff there. So we're going to learn a heap of stuff next week, folks, a whole bunch of interesting things with Captain Jack. And I very much look forward to it, good sir. I really do. I'll probably be in touch, maybe one email and one maybe Skype call maybe, or a phone call maybe. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Mostly probably all or email, and we'll sort things out there if whatever's needed to be done. So I look forward to communicating throughout the week, my friend, once at least. And then of course the big one next Saturday night, and that's Captain Jack. I know he's on the other side there. And you guys, you're going to really, what's going on here. You'll find it very interesting. I did, and I reckon you guys will too. So that's next week is going to be our guest. Beyond that, I'm not sure at the moment. We had little agent Bogan Blokes, who's with us right now. He was our guest earlier last week. So this has been a bit of a run, and I'm really, really loving it, because it's given me opportunity to practice that side of things, having guests on the show. So, there we go. I'm going to crank on a tune from my little box over here, and then we'll probably be playing the last song thereafter. So awesome. I put a whole bunch of links in this in the chat, guys. Have a bit of a filter through them, see if there's anything that takes your fancy. Thanks very much again, everybody, for being a part of today's show. Here's another song from a couple of more songs anyway. Then we'll be, I've got to go and get a drink. I'm dying. isn't it? Such a great tune. Such a great tune. All right, second to last song, folks. This one is the second to last song. All right, rock out, people. Hooroo with the last song after this one. Go for it, Scully. Go on. Get up there, mate. Yeehaw.
Enjoying the show? Thumbs up, mate.
Trying to get thumbnail. Thumbnail. Oh, shit. Alrighty, folks. That's me rooting around, having a bloody lost the plot. Guys, thanks so much. Thank you, everybody that's been a part of today's show. I've had a lot of fun, and we'll see you in the next one. Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for the land of up over. Thursday, Friday, and Sunday for the land down under. Thank you, Stuart Wood. Thank you, Cherie. Good on you guys. It's been a great time. 6 hours, man. That's just wow. Yeah. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you in the next show. Mwah. Peace out. Thanks very much for your support. Hooroo, everyone. As always, the man's taking us out.
Let's rock and roll. All right.
is long. They took my baby away, you know it's been long gone. A railroad train, honey, rolling on down the track. They took my baby away, you know it's never coming back. So I began to blow my horn.